Hello, welcome to Mutiny Motorsport. This is season 12, our Formula Inter-season, and we are at our penultimate round. The track pool is still out there. It's a 50-50 split today of what track we could be. Have you been following along? Longdrina is left, and where else? You've been paying attention. You should have been paying attention. It is Velo, Citta. Interesting thing, this time for the sprint, if you haven't seen already, we're running the club layout. Now we are running a full layout, so it's been pretty tricky for these guys. We did have a previous winner here, 2025, Kamsam. So you got to be thinking already, and guess who's on pole? It's Kamsam. The experience only just counted here, 0.02 of a second to Viltec, so it is hot out there for pole position. Debug in third, TTR fourth, Garrett Bryan fifth, John D in sixth, Old Boy seventh, Shattered Compass 8th. They're all within a second of each other. J-Rook is 9th, Maxi in 10th, Leclerc 11th, Bumblebee is 12th, and 13th is Crack a Cold One. But wow, what a start. If you haven't seen the sprint race, go back, watch that. This is the feature. This is the full length, half an hour, full fat sugar version of the race, the one that you have bought your tickets to see. As we are looking at the cars here, go around the penultimate corners of the penultimate round of the season, and it is big money out here. This is all to play for still in the championship. As they come around, oh no, I see a flicker there from the car that was leading, and that was Kamsam. I think that you got to say this is going to be his championship over, and now the Williams boy of Viltec has a clear road in front of him as he goes across the line, and this is going to be his opportunity to win big today. He has been fast in qualifying. He had a gap of about 2 tenths to Debug. All he's got to do now is show it as they all file around for turn one. Who's up the inside? That looks like John's giving a little tap to Garrett. Oh, as Debug goes wide and TTR comes through. That's not great for Debug's championship, and Crack a Cold One sideways. Oh, not doing what he wanted to do as we now pan with the brakes. The camera follows them with his drone shot. They come up the hill. You can see how steep it really is as they go up with J-Rook now and John as they come up. So John in fifth, hounding. Look at that, absolutely trying to go around the outside of Garrett there. That is a brave position to be in as they come up the hill to the highest point of the track, which is a hairpin. Break the car, use the hill to slow down, try and get it rotated. It's still going uphill, so it's quite tough to get the car going there. Over the top, now you're over the crest, you're coming down the hill, flat, as fast as the car will go. Shattered Compass tucking in behind his teammate there. As it goes behind the barrier, quick king, and down. You can see him trying to control the car as he comes through these series of S-bends. What a beautiful shot that was. Garrett O'Brien was still on board with him, and he has pulled out a small gap to John now. He's going to try and capitalize on it, but it's all pretty steady up the front. Viltec leading from TTR, ahead of Debug, ahead of Garrett O'Brien, ahead of John, ahead of Old Boy, ahead of Shattered Compass. Maxi up into 8th, J-Rook 9th, Leclerc 10th. There we go. Crack a Cold One at the back there, following around slowly. And there we go, that's a lap done, that's the full lap. So here we go, on board with J-Rook. Great stuff. And now Old Boy. This is what you want to see. Close racing here. These are cars they've had all season. Like I said, this is like round 7 of the championship. So they're well in tune with what these cars can do. As we follow TTAR, not a great championship defense so far. I don't think he's in with a shot of winning the title. He is certainly up there, though, with gaining a few more positions if he can stick his car somewhere near the front for a race. As we go back on board with John, starting to close that gap to Garrett again. It's all looking pretty steady state up the front as Garrett goes wide, and that is not going to be your opportunity as he comes down. He needs the most traction to come down this hill. Luckily, he'll have a bit of gravity on his side. John goes down the inside, trying to look for a route. Thinks better of it, keeps it smart as Garrett goes a little bit sideways. Gets the car rotated, that typical Garrett style that we've seen as John's a little bit smoother. Just trying to feather the throttle, feather the steering through those corners. As we can see up in front, TTR getting much closer now, getting the car out sideways, trying to go around the outside. of Viltec. I'm not sure that will work. Is he going to do the cut under and try and cut through? It's looking like he is, but it's not looking close enough. They will have another lap. They'll have plenty of laps. They have about half an hour more of this race to go. 25 minutes as we cross the line. TTR right in the slipstream. Pulls round to the outside. Viltec goes defensive. That'll cost him a little bit of apex speed, Viltec. And you can see Debug trying to follow TTR through there. As now they take the next left-hand and they start climbing up the hill. It's slow to begin with, but as they go right, it gets steeper, and this is the camera angle we saw at the beginning, and Debug is nose to tail with TTAR. That is going to put him under a little bit of pressure. Just less than 1/10 of a second, really. And we can go on board with Debug here to follow, see what's in his line of sight in front, and that is the orange car right in front of him. As we go back on board with John, this battle cruising at maximum altitude here. And John is not giving up. You can hear how loud those curbs are over the engine. These are only tiny little engines. You've got to give them absolutely everything. And Leclerc looking like he's fed up of Max in front of him, wanting to get past. Didn't show the pace in qualifying to show it, but now he's got a few laps under his belt. Might feel a little bit more comfortable as we go back on board with Debug, and you can see the times. Debug the quickest of the top three, so whether that's slipstream or hounding, but you can see Viltec has not pulled away from the group, and the top, wow, 6 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Shattered just hanging off the back of that is the 7th. They are almost pushing Viltec along, and TTR is much closer this time, going around the outside. He is close there, wheel to wheel. Viltec goes super defensive up the inside. And they're side by side as they go through the apex. He's given them plenty of room. That's good fighting there. As they're side by side again, they're going to have another quick kink to the left. Starting to go up the hill. TTR goes wide. Oh, he goes way off the track. He's given... Oh, they're side by side again as they go up the kink. Oh, no. Oh, no, there was a collision. Oh, this is not good. Just wheel to wheel. That's so unfortunate for those two. They were leading the race. And where are they going to be now? So Debug has now claimed that position. Can he get away from the group without the cars in front, or was the slipstream helping him? And in that chaos, John got ahead of Garrett, so Garrett slipped down. He was 4th, and now he's 3rd, but he should have been 2nd. Oh, brutal moment for the top two. That is not helping Viltec's championship or TTAR's. As they come down the hill, now Debug has the pressure of leading this. And the pressure of leading is different to the pressure of chasing. Now he's got to be playing the long game, as we can see that classic Garrett style, just put the foot down. Was that a little love tap from old boy behind him, ABC? Again, top 5 now, so Shattered Compass has caught up the pack. As we can see in the background, that looks like Viltec and TTAR, 6th and 7th position. So they've slotted into that gap. They haven't lost too many positions, but it has been enough points that they've lost. And they've all lost some time there. You can see they were in the 37s before. They're in the 39s right now. So they have lost time. Maybe overheating tyres, probably having to avoid the spin that was going on in front of them. Put on the brakes a little bit, put on the anchors, as it were, using some pirate speak as we're on board with J-Rook. No, we're not. It is ABC 123 looking ahead at Garrett O'Brien. We know the speed he has. And what a run he's getting up the hill, though. He's thinking better of diving down the inside. It's fast, that corner, but it is... Oh, it's so... There's only one good line through there, really. And up the hill, going up towards that hairpin right at the top of the hill. Here we go. As they come over, they're just going to crest it there. You can see Debug going up and over and downhill, and John is following him. John is no stranger in the mutiny to getting his elbows out and getting into the front. We have seen him win before. How will the pressure stay on as they come down the hill? And you can see it is tough to pull away. Debug struggling. John can't get past him. Kind of a stalemate. The race really opened up when Viltec and TTAR had that collision going up the hills. We see all of them getting a bit of a slide on, and that is Debug having a moment, really, and the rest of the pack having to control themselves as John. This is looking pretty good. He is pretty close this time round. Using all the track and more right the way to the edge. That's how you do it, boys. Let's go down the straight. How is it? It's still looking pretty stable. Times are jumping back up. 38, 39, 37, 37, 37, 37. This is good stuff, boys. Let's keep going. Let's keep applying the pressure there all the way to the front. As you can see, the times of Viltec and TTAR are in the 39s, so I think there's a little bit of damage there for those guys. Side to side, these cars are so sensitive to a little bit of damage. Just a percent or two can really affect the way it feels. And if you're in the tens of percents, well, then forget about it. You might as well pit. And let's go up the hill again. This is John. Showing his nose. Absolutely showing his nose. You're allowed to do that. As we see the classic Garrett is getting slideways in the backward, in the back. And he's keeping up with them. He might be overheating his tires. And you can see how steep it is on this camera angle as you follow them down the hill. And this is the worst spot. You got to brake downhill so gently into this left, right, long left scenario. And we can see Shattered Compass just falling off the back of this group just a little bit. Maybe giving himself a little space. Maybe thinking about a different approach how he's going to attack this now. Because really, it's a stalemate up front as Garrett gets the car again sideways. He's rotating that puppy on the throttle and on the brake all the time. And again, in the background, you can see that's what Viltec and TTR lost out. That's the gap. What's it going to be as Debug comes back down the hill? Continuing down across the line, 37.6. He is setting a benchmark there, 37.5 for Garrett O'Brien. So all about the same, really. It doesn't matter if you're a tenth or two quicker if you can't get past the car in front. But Debug has put his foot down. And the rest are following him. This is going to be a tough drive for Debug. There is a lot of competition right behind him. And every time he looks in his mirror, it's not just John, it's Garrett, it's ABC, it is Shattered Compass right behind him. Though I see John is suddenly, oh no, John's jumping around. I hope that's not a connection issue. I hope that is just, a little bit scary there for John. But it has put him back a little bit if that was a moment. And he's just a little bit closer to Garrett. Garrett will be thinking this is my opportunity as they come down the hill. And there we go. John keeps the inside. That will turn to the outside. Garrett takes the outside and that will become the inside as he comes down the hill. Will he cut back across and force the line? Yes, he will a little bit. Great move. Great move from Garrett O'Brien. Had to spot the opportunity. Had to be ready at the moment. That is how you do it. That is exactly how you do it. And he's up into second. Great drive so far. And right now in the championship, you've got to be thinking Debug and Garrett O'Brien making the most out of this. Absolutely making hay while the sun shines. As we can still see in the background, Viltec and TTR, they're in the 38.8, so they're definitely damaged. These guys were as quick as anyone. And they got about a second of damage, maybe a little bit more. As we all follow them again. This is a race of tension here. John, one small mistake, and that has cost him, and it's actually put him back a little bit. If you look at the gap in front, it's 0.8 of a second now, all the way to Garrett. So that's a bit of thinking time now for John to think and contemplate his mistake that he made and be cursing himself as ABC is climbing up the hill now, thinking, you know what, I think I can have a piece of John. If I can force him to do a small mistake, maybe I can get a piece of that action. Maybe I can get a podium. That would be great. I'd love that. John, just please. So coming up, you want to scrub the least amount of speed off as you go up that left hand at top of the hill. Brake. Get the car rotated. We see Shattered Compass taking a wider line there, maybe trying to take more apex speed. Still just slightly further back. There's 0.8 of a second. Debug to Garrett, staying about 0.4, 0.5 as they come down the hill. But look how uniform it is between these guys, and we can see the hacking at the steering wheel again and again. Every time we cut to Garrett O'Brien's car, racing in that beautiful Cannon Williams livery. And look at it. It is always sideways. Let's look at him come around this corner. Yeah, there you go. There's one stab at it. Where's the next stab, Garrett? No, he's being smoother on this exit. all the way to the exit. Oh, that's ABC. I just saw him in the corner. If he didn't just rewind a few seconds. Oh, it looks like he just touched the grass and he's spun. Oh, and now you can see the gap all the way back to Shattered Compass. He's just had the smallest moment. And damn, another one is down. That is 3 down, 4 to go. Does anyone want to be on the podium? No, it doesn't seem it. It does not seem it at all. This race might not end like this. This is lap 10. It is hot out there, 30 degrees track temperature, light winds. This is great for racing. We're not quite halfway through yet, I would say. It's just under halfway, and it is Debug ahead of Garrett, ahead of John, ahead of Shattered Compass. Viltec up into 5th, TTR up into 6th. Oh, J-Rick up into 7th, ABC 1, 2, 3 up into 8th, down into 8th position, sorry. Down into 9th. Down into 10th, Maxi and Leclerc and J-Rick are all ahead of him. Is he going to go in the pits, or has he just suffered that much damage? As we see Garrett Bryan just a little bit closer, a 10th closer than he was the last lap. Keeping it nice and tight towards those apexes. That is great. We see one stab at the corner. Now we see another as he puts his foot down. Car straightens out. Go around, and you can see him fighting the car on the entry. Fighting a car again on the exit, and you can see him going around sideways. Compare that to someone like Shattered or Debug, so much smoother. John as well, just behind him. And Shattered just still a little bit back, but staying close with these guys. This is a close top 3. They're covered by less than a second, I think, as they go across the line. 1, 2, 3. That is great. 0.8 of a second from John to Debug. Debug is not getting away with this as Garrett just shows his nose up the inside. Just a fraction. Said Debug, come on, man. Come on. Give me the good stuff. And that is not going to get you faster. Look at him dropping time. Yeah, it's only half a tenth, but that is enough. As they climb up the hill, deficit will maybe start to grow. Oh, it stayed the same. How is Garrett doing that? How is he doing that? That's the question. Is he smoother through certain sections? Is his power just getting down and even just being a little bit squirrely in the first meters, helping him in the last meters? Again, as he's keeping those apexes tighter than a tight thing. And down the hill we go. What a beautiful view we've got in the background. Light clouds. Look at that. They will not be focusing on that. They will be looking for the meter board, but they're braking. Where is it? We can't see it. And look again, we're on board with Garrett, just hugging as close as he can to those yellow sausage curbs. That is a great way. It's clearly keeping him in contention there. Ignore the leaderboard. Or ABC has pitted, but he is not in first place. Yeah, he's dropping back down the leaderboard. That's just MS2 things. And again, in the background, you see Viltec and TTAR. I think they're going to... Yep, still 5th and 6th. Old boy, ABC 1, 2, 3 is not there in 5th. Got to ignore that. I think he's going to be a lap down. Gap opening up just a little bit. It's just over a second now between the top 3. John Garrett O'Brien just needing to relax himself in his tyres just a fraction. So coming back up the hill now. That sun is getting lower in the sky. You can see it glaring off these great liveries. If you need to check out which liveries we're running, please just check the comments below, as Garrett Bryan doesn't get it quite as wide. And now he's even another 10th closer, and that's what he's looking for. It's down to 3/10 as they're climbing up the steepest part. Braking zone. Let's see if he can keep it close to the apex. No, this time he's gone wide. He's struggling a little bit more on the apex, on the exit, keeping it. But again, how he's controlling that car. Now Debug has to go defensive. Garrett goes around the outside as they come down the hill. Oh, get out the way sign. Who's going to lead in? Oh, Debug does. Just a fraction, just inches his car out just enough for Garrett Bryan not to be able to take the line that he likes. And there he's getting it sideways to keep it tight again, as he tries to keep it within about 3/10, and that was great defending there. Nothing wrong with that. And Garrett O'Brien, he can smell oh, everything that everything that Debug has eaten for the past week and a half. That's how close he is. Nose to tail. Coming down, across the start, finish straight. This is lap 13. These guys are unrelenting. Unrelenting. Garrett now. Ooh, look at this. Just nose on the inside, taking a tighter line, saying, yeah, look how much grip I got more than you, boy. Give me what I want, and that's first place. He is hunting it down, and Debug is resisting the pressure brilliantly, you would say, doing everything that he needs to, and not an inch more. Driving with precision is Debug, and driving with the sledgehammer is Garrett O'Brien. What will these two techniques end up like? Is this the new Prost versus Senna? They'll giving it everything, and Shattered Compass starting to catch up after that small battle down into this next corner as Garrett O'Brien thinks about it again. He's tucking in again. Which way is Debug going to go defensive? As Debug goes to the middle, it looks like no. It looks like Garrett's going to try down the inside. Oh, it's killing us side by side. Debug takes the inside, Garrett takes the outside. Oh, Garrett's got the inside. Oh, it looks like he's going to do it. Wow, who would have thought that would have happened during those S-bends? Great move there. Debug thinking, what the hell? How did that happen? And now Shattered Compass is joining the party. So is John, and the pressure is on. The pressure is absolutely cooking here. Can Garrett get away? Can he use what he's learned to just inch himself away? And Debug using all the curve and a little bit more. As we go to lap 14, that was a great lap for Garrett O'Brien. Lap 14, it's Garrett, followed by Debug, John, Shattered, Viltec in 5th, TTR in 6th after their collision in the early parts of the race. Shea Rook in 7th, it is Leclerc in 8th, Maxi in 9th, so Leclerc did get past. ABC is 10th and a few minutes down, and Crack a Cold One, you've got to think he's retired, lap 14 and 11 minutes down. What position? Yeah, 11. And Kumsam, of course, disconnecting on the penultimate corner on the formation lap. What heartbreak for Kumsam this season. Just been dominating qualifying and not been able to show that speed in the race. What could have been. You need to stay connected to win the race. You need to finish first. And it's so unlucky for him. But this race is still going on. As again, guess what? We're coming down the hill. Sea Monkey 1, Sea Monkey 2, Sea Monkey 3. Think about braking hard. Release the brake down to 86 kilometers an hour. I think that was on Debug's dash there. And now Debug getting an old mirror full of John. Ex-teammates, don't forget, as Debug takes over the curb to try and take a more vicious line. Oh, John, he has a huge moment trying to avoid Debug. It was just slightly slower after touching that curb, and through goes Shattered Compass up into podium position. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Lap 14 and another pass. Great move by Shattered Compass. Opportunistic. Use the hesitancy of John there trying to avoid a small collision. I was like, yeah, sorry buddy, I know if I was in your position I would have lost that one too, but for me this was a gain. And it is lap 15, Garrett, followed by Debug, followed by Shattered, followed by John. These top four are doing incredible stuff. 37.6 for the leader, Garrett O'Brien, versus a 37.9. Oh, a couple of tenths on that lap. Right, time to reflect. So it's two little parties now, party 1 and party 2. The fight for first and the fight for third. And look at Shattered Compass going up the hill. He doesn't quite have the speed. John having to take a non-perfect racing line, travel an extra few meters in a car that's not quite as fast as we used to. It doesn't have much horsepower, and you're just losing time all over the place. If only you could ghost through the car in front, you'd probably have a better race, but that is not racing. That is time trialing and hot lapping, and that is not how we do it here in the Mutiny. And Garrett O'Brien, that signature style of getting the back out to get the car rotated. You can see the opposite lock. Was this man born to drive rally cars or Formula cars? We'll never know. And look at that. He's gone really sideways. His style has caught up with him. No, Garrett. Oh, heartbreak. Has he stalled the car? No, he hasn't. He's just getting time to swing it back round, and the leaderboard has changed again on another sequential lap. That was lap 15, ending with Debug, followed by Shattered, followed by John. Wow. Oh, Garrett O'Brien, your style finally caught up with you there. I am sorry, brother, but that made for a spectacular change. And now Debug, lap 16. What are we thinking? Oh, 5 minutes of the race left, 10 minutes of the race, maybe somewhere around there. And now he's got to be thinking, yeah, that's what I needed. I needed a little gap. And look at this. He's got Shadow Compass ahead of John. And this little fight will slow them down as John is thinking about the inside. And Shadow just has to maybe just have it looks like a little bit of a break on the apex. And that has slowed them both down a little bit. And the gap is opening up now to the front. It is 2 seconds to the car in front. Remember when the top three were only covered by a second? This is only covered by 3 seconds for the top three, which is still incredible. But that's showing the mutiny this season. It has been so close in these type of cars where everyone's getting the maximum out of them. And down the hill, and you can see the gap now. It is a whole half a chicane ahead. And now Debug just needs to bring it home. Just pump in the laps. Pretend it's practice. Pretend it's something else. Pretend that you don't have the pressure behind you. Take the line you've always took. Play it slightly safe. Maybe lose a tenth or two because you got 2 seconds. 2 seconds over 5 minutes. That's your gap. And in the background, Viltec 16 seconds behind. Garrett O'Brien 13 seconds behind. TTR 26 seconds behind. So there's a bit of a gap there now for these top three. There is a buffer. You can have a small spin, but not a big one like Garrett. And you might be able to get away with it. Garrett may have cooked his tyres a little bit on that spin too. As we see John now, this is the main battle here for second position. Lap times are looking good, but nothing like Debug right now. 37.3. Debug has found his precision scalpel and is now extracting the lap time. Torturously slow, but methodical, as we see J-Rook right behind TTR. Maybe the damage from earlier costing him some. It was a 39.0 and a 38.3 for J-Rook, so it is close as we go back on board with this battle for third. This is unbelievable. Come on, John. Come on, Shadow Compass. Give us a great battle here. They're catching up slowly. They're just back within 3 seconds. John thinking about it, maybe thinking, right, let's play the team game here and let's try and catch them up together. Shattered, give me all the pace you got and I'll follow you along. That is a game you can play with the car in front. Say, look, let's not fight. Let's just get them and then let's fight. It's like doing your homework early so you have all weekend to party. As Shadow Compass takes the wider line there. And then early on the throttle. And again, a slightly wider line for Shadow Compass comes in sooner. And you can see John takes the tighter line, but comes out wider. Brilliant stuff here as they cross the line. They have lost more time, 37.7, 37.9. Not too much, though. Just keeping it around that 3 second mark. But it is half a second between these two. Amazing drive. And no! John's had a small spin. Is he going to keep the car running? Yes, he will. Oh, no. He's foot to the floor. Look at him spin those rear wheels. And this is an opportunity for Garrett O'Brien. He's seen now. He's seen. He's got motivation from the car in front. He hasn't smelt anything since poor Debug's breakfast from 3 days ago. And he's hungry. This is a podium. And this is a championship battle that, let's be honest, John isn't in there looking like he's going to win it. But Debug, Garrett O'Brien, Viltec, and poor Come Some were, as we're on board with TTR, and J-Rook has got ahead, so that must have been a great move there. And the lap time slipping away. As you go back on board with Debug, what's the gap? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Shadow Compass, beautiful as well as they come down the hill through the chicane. Beautiful driving from both of these. Debug really coming into his own here. A little bit of a lockup, goes a little bit wide. Might cost him a fraction. Shadow Compass just a little bit smoother, maybe a little bit more hairy on the throttle on the exit, trying to get the power down earlier. And then again, beautiful apex for both of these guys as they come through. And you can see Garrett O'Brien still not afraid to slide the car as he's coming through. Gets the car outside as he gets just his style. You gotta wonder with Garrett, the heritage of that right foot, where it comes from. And Debug, lap 19, he's probably in his final laps now, thinking, beautiful sunset in front of me, come up the hill. Yeah, I'm a 38.0, but what does that matter? I got 2 seconds in my pocket. That is absolutely fine. That beautiful Benson and Hedges Jordan livery there. Mwah. Gorgeous. Is that the Buzzin' Hornets one? It kind of looks like the front is. And Shattered Compass, beautiful McLaren livery. Please check out these mods. They're so great, these skins. All of the guys who make these skins are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It allows us to relive some memories that don't quite exist. These Formula Inter cars with these heritage skins. Amazing, amazing stuff here. If you don't know, of course, these replays have helped tremendously. Obviously, go check down below. You've got to check out how these replays are made. We have a tool. We use that tool. It is community driven, and it helps so much. The race director tool allows us to switch the cameras, focus on different drivers, focus on the closest battles as we come through. I think this is the final lap. This might be the final moments of the race. And I think that's going to be it as we cross the line. Are there going to be penalties? Debug wins. Shattered comes across the line second. It is John D, who looks like he's just going to sniff that podium just ahead of Garrett. Yeah. Great there for those two. And it's probably within just over a second of those two. That looks like your podium so far. Let's see if there are any penalties as Debug celebrates. Had to be in it to win it, and then had a commanding race. Didn't get flustered by Garrett O'Brien. Even applied the pressure a little bit. Saw Garrett spin and jumped back on the opportunity. You have to be in it to win it. And boy, did Debug put in the performance there. Whew. That was hard to call. Wonderful. Really wonderful racing there, guys. And all the way down the back as they start to go through is 10th place, 8th place. Coming through to the final home stretch. We got a few more seconds of just watching Debug cruise his car around. He had a bit of extra fuel. Cruise it around. Basking in the glory there, wondering what could have happened if TTR and Viltec didn't collide in front of him, and maybe if he got caught up with him, all those thoughts running through his head. As here we go, Debug, fastest lap, 19 points at Velo Citta, the full racetrack, well done. Shattered Compass taking second place there, great to see him back on the podium. John in third, Garrett O'Brien, what could have been in fourth, Viltec, what could have been in fifth, J-Rook, great end of the race there to get past TTR. TTR down in seventh, Leclerc in eighth, Maxi ninth. Old boy Bob, ABC 1, 2, 3, 2 laps down, 3 points slow. Cracker Cole run DNF, comes some DNF, fastest lap. We saw with Debug, driver of the day. You've got to give it to Debug. You cannot take that away from him. It's just this one smallest mistake of all time. Yeah, of course Garrett capitalized on it, but he took it back, and that's how you win these races. Big one chalked up to Debug there. Congratulations, my man. As we look to the driver standings, Viltec ahead, 101 points. Garrett O'Brien and Debug with 91 points behind. This is everything with 7 races. 1 race to go. 1 sprint, 1 feature. 70 points Shattered Compass, so maybe looking out of title contention. Comes some 5th now with a few DNFs. Oh, TTR up in 6th now. John 7th, Nate Delta 8th. Where has he been? 5 out of the 7 events. Alex, after the first promising rounds, only in 9th position. I did the first 3. ABC 4 rounds in 10th, Orange 11th, Leclerc 12th, J-Rook 13th, RT 14th. Rodders, where are you? After that tremendous round opener, where the hell are you, Rodders? NDF 15th, Maxi 17th, Bumble, Cloning, and Cracker Goldwyn. Everyone's scored a point so far, so all up and down the order. It looks like there's a battle for 17th. Looks like there's a battle there for 14th. And then all the guys with 30-odd points, they could have a good battle as well. Those midfielder scraps. And then you got the Titanic battle at the top. Viltec, Garrett, Debug. What's going to happen in the final? And then, of course, we got the team standings. Williams 192 points. If they don't walk away with this, 4 wins, 3 second places, 3 fastest laps, and a pole over the 7 events, these guys are dominating. Jordan in second, you got to really be saying they're being carried right now by Debug. McLaren in third, Lotus in fourth. That is a pretty close battle. McLaren just edging them now because Lotus aren't turning up or not even starting. Arrows in fifth, not what you'd expect them. AVM in sixth, great job here, leading the top of the midfield battle really. Sauber in seventh, Jaguar in eighth, Renault in ninth, Ferrari in 10th. Reserve team have nil points. But I will say McLaren probably doing a great job. They're hunting down Jordan. Can they do it in the final few moments? Well, that was another action-packed race, guys. Thank you so much for joining along. If you've not subscribed already, please just give us a subscribe. Come follow what's going on. We've still got one action-packed round left to go where we decide who takes this championship battle home. Thank you so much for watching.